What is good, y'all? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again as we get into the post-game show. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We're going straight into Billy Donovan at the podium, breaking down the Bulls dub.
And how teams maybe are adjusting to that to get through games.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we did, I really liked our ball movement the way we played in the first half. We had one moment there in the second unit. I thought for a couple minutes we got a little bit bogged down, but overall I thought the ball movement was pretty good. I think the one thing that's hard is like with Okoro, even Stevens and some of their defenders, they're so strong and physical that a lot of times when you're trying to get Vuce to facilitate and get it to the next side, they've got the ability to kind of blow screens up and take you out of rhythm and bog you down. But I do think when Vuce gets the ball, his threat to shoot opens up the floor for other guys to cut. I thought when we cut well, I think we were able to really get Vuce's passing involved. Well, I didn't know that they were going to go small the way they did. The last few games they've been starting Love at the 4, so I assumed that they would start that way. Obviously, they put LeVert in there, instead of Kevin. It just so happened we're starting Alex anyway, I just thought another ball handler, playmaker with Io out there with Zach and DeMar, another guy that if the ball finds him can put it on the ground and make a play. And I think Javante's done a really, really good job energy-wise. Felt like that was a good matchup for Kevin Love when they brought him in, bringing Javante in and tried to use Javante's energy, and then started Patrick. Or brought him in relatively. The second and fourth brought him in pretty soon. It was, I think, a hard matchup for Patrick in the fourth with LeVert. I think that was a really, really, I think, good experience for him. Because Patrick has been a guy that's played against a lot of bigger, stronger, more physical wing players. LeVert is as good as anybody there is, off the dribble, crafty, creative, and it was hard. And I think for a guy like Patrick that had been out so long, has only played a few games, he hasn't had the chance to really guard a guy like that. But I just felt like the matchup wasn't great for us in that moment, and kind of got him off and put Javante back in.
What's going on at the end? There were all these weird stoppages. At one point, you with JD were talking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what was going on with the clock. I have no idea. They kept saying it was broken, then I heard it wasn't broken. But I mean, it was crazy. It just it was almost like the clock kept stopping every time we were on the ball. They could set their defense. It just kept happening to us. It was unbelievable. I felt like I was back in Florida trying to set up the press. But I don't know what happened. I have no idea. And it was it just seemed like every time they scored, there was a problem with the clock. We didn't have any problems on our end when we scored. You know what I mean? It was just everything was fine. I don't know what the problem was.
Bro.
So the guys managed it, and it worked out. So JB was just calling me because on the jump ball situation, when Vuce had gotten fouled, I was asking the question of, does the ball get taken back Cleveland at the point of the foul?
Right.
And because there was a timeout to challenge it, that timeout allowed them to move it. So I think JB was telling the official, come on, let's go. We got to play. I just want to know why is, the foul took place there, and they said, well, the timeout allows you to advance it. So it was fine. I got a lot of respect for JB, and like him a lot. He's done a great job with his team.
People.
So it was fine.
Did they hit a money line tonight?
It was definitely weird at the end. There's no question.
Very, very, very disjointed ending. Alex Caruso, I know he does what he does, but just the way he impacted the game, particularly defensively early, it just seemed like he put it in.
Yeah, I just I do think with Io, there's been a lot I've asked of him, and putting Alex at the point now, there's a different kind of ask for him as well. Now you got to run the team and you got to guard, and I thought maybe putting Io back at the point and getting Alex at the power forward spot where he could defend, and now the ball finds him. Now he's able to kind of make the next play, the next pass.
Shout out to Dan.
And that's where he kind of had been playing for us when we were whole as a team. He kind of came off the bench, closed games for us. He was at power forward, and Lonzo handled, or Zach or DeMar handles. But Alex is another really good, smart, intelligent guard. He's got a good feel of how to play. And I think sometimes when you're putting him on the defensive assignments that we are, and then you're asking him to run the team and keep the ball in his hands and get us in that action, it's a lot, and I think with him out there, he and Io can kind of complement and share maybe some of the ball handling responsibilities.
So if I'm hearing right, that's more of a permanent maybe not just sometimes think on matchup.
Well, I think, Donovan, the way it was going, I just was trying to search and find maybe, and I said, I know we hadn't shot the ball well, maybe we hadn't been playing well during the stretch. We played against some good teams. There wasn't really many games I felt like, hey, we really deserved to win. We just came up short. Tonight maybe would have been one of those nights had we not, found a way to win the game. I thought we played well enough tonight to win. I just got to see how this plays itself out. You know what I mean? Because we're just getting guys back, his relationship to Alex and to Patrick, that they're still trying to find their rhythm. And, I like what it looked like tonight. But, going forward, we may have to change and, tweak something. I kind of tried to make a couple of different changes with the lineups. I think a couple of games ago, I had Vucevic maybe starting the second quarter, and bringing him back in with DeMar to maybe shore up that second unit a little bit. So we've tried some different things. But I also think when you're not playing well, sometimes it's hard. Like if you're not shooting the ball well as a team and you put different guys in units to help the team shoot the ball better, it's hard to say whether or not it really worked or not, right?
They didn't shoot well early.
No.
Did you think that was your defense, or they them having a bad start?
I think in the NBA, anytime a team goes 1 for 18, certainly it was not our defense. I thought we worked like crazy on our defense. Like I really think we worked hard. So I'm not saying that, but when that ball goes up in the air, it's really out of anybody's control. And, even if every shot on our end was highly contested, 1 for 18 is uncharacteristic of them. It's probably uncharacteristic of most NBA teams. So, that was a thing that I was worried about, in the New Orleans game, is I think we were 10 for 18 from the 3-point line. We're down by 1. Like that. Here they were 1 for 18. We're up 18. So you feel like, okay, we're defending fairly well. Our offense is pretty good. There's a huge discrepancy there. So I knew that they would shoot the ball better from 3 in the second half than they did in the first.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you. Yep.
That was Billy Donovan, coach of the Chicago Bulls, taking questions there. You heard him come out and outwardly question, like, hey, I'm going to be honest with you, dog. I don't know what was going on at the end there at all, but we came out with the win. What'd you see at the end of that game, my boy? And how do you feel about what we saw there? I think the NBA league office need to have a phone call put in with the Cleveland Cavaliers after that one, dog.
Hey man, no, it was definitely some it was definitely some buffoonery going on, man.
Chicanery going on up in there, man?
Hey, chicanery, whatever you want to call it, the fix was in. The fix was definitely in, bro. Like I legitimately couldn't tell in that fourth quarter, like, was we playing football or are we playing basketball? Because, like, legit, it was so many fouls called and clock stoppages that it's just like, dog, is you not seeing this?
Well, I don't know.
And what's that TikTok? You don't see us?
No, you know what? It's the fact. It's like Billy said, bro. Like I didn't even call that out during the game. It was only to us. It was only to us.
Hey, but then when you hear him say, "Hey, JB Bickerstaff was like, hey, we got to get this going," like,
you know what I'm saying? Like Billy, like, no, I stopped it because I'm like, what the f is going on? I don't know, dog.
Definitely some debauchery going on.
Dancing is some debauchery right there. That's what's debauchery. But nah, man. Hey, listen, to me, to have to overcome all of those things at once and still get the job done, it's a good win by the Bulls. That's a good win by the Bulls. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us. As always, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. We call every single Chicago Bulls game live and do the post game show. I'm trying to get the phone set up on the new PC. I'm having an issue getting the phone set up on the new PC for some reason. So I'm working on that right now. So I'll let you guys know if we will have phones tonight. But just looking at it, right? Like looking at how the Bulls played. Now I heard Billy Donovan say that, listen, anytime a team goes 1 for 18 from 3, that probably means more of a bad shooting night than the Bulls, defense having that impact. But I think we saw this Bulls defense have more of an impact in this game. And listen, for once, we were the team that when the team went on a run, okay, we might have some issues here. We got to find out a way to get back on our run. And guess what? The Bulls did find a way to get back on their run, and they didn't look back. You know what I'm saying? Like it does get close at the end. It looks closer. I mean, do you even count Do you even count how close it got at the end of that, right? Because it's about to be
Nah, I don't.
you're about
I
to have
don't.
a 10 to 12 point win if
I don't.
all of a sudden the refs don't lose their mind, the clock's not tweaking, they
Like,
overturn
and this was a good.
Booch.
Yeah, nah, and that's the thing. It was a good game, but the fact that you legit sat there and you did that in the fourth quarter, that's all anybody's talking about now. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
man, like
It's weird, bro.
that's legit the first time. Like that's legit the first time we've seen that.
Bro, you know what's wild about it? Like instantly, right? Like I was telling Steph off air, he said this is the worst officiated game I've ever seen this season, or that we've seen this season. And I was like, I don't think this is the worst officiated game that we've seen this season. And almost instantly, it turns into the worst officiated game we've seen this
Hey,
season.
the clock dude was like, watch this.
Hey man, we're gonna run down some numbers for y'all, but first we're gonna go out to Nikola Vucevic, who's at the podium right now. He's breaking down what he saw in tonight's game.
All season long. Communicator? Does he talk about?
He talks all the time, off the court, on the court. He just talks. No, he's good at that. I think it's important. I think to communication is such a huge part on defense, and he's really good at that. And it's something that we talk about as a team to do a lot. And a lot of times, it's not going to be perfect, but when you communicate it, when you're on top of that, you can cover some mistakes. I think a lot of times also with communication, if you call certain things out, it can throw the other team off a little bit. But he's really good at that. For some guys, it comes a little more natural than others, or for him, it's a little easier. But I think tonight we're good at communicating, getting on top of stuff, and we got to continue. But I think it's good for him to do it. I think it's also contagious in a way. Everybody then starts doing it.
Which obviously everyone knew the stakes tonight for this game. Did you notice any increase in the intensity level from you all tonight?
Yeah, for sure. I think so. Especially, in the, I think throughout the whole game, but especially early on, we really came out aggressive on both ends of the floor. I thought we did a pretty good job defensively, especially on Garland and Mobley. I think they didn't really shoot the ball well tonight. And I think if we, we had a really good lead. If we make more shots in the second half, I think we're able to maybe finish the game with a bigger lead. But, credit to them, they fought back. They got back into the game. But I think it was maybe also good for us to be able to fight out their run and finish the game strong. So, but yeah, for sure, I thought we kind of played desperate tonight. We understood how important the game was, and it showed. And when we do that, we're a really good defensive team. We all over the place. We turn the other team over. We're able to run, get easy ones. So we just got to continue to do it and be able to do it consistently. Yeah, we're capable of doing it. It's just a matter of if we are not going to do it. Yeah, for sure, we're capable. I mean, we have the talent. That's obvious. We just have to be willing to do it.
What do you take away from the fact that since the All-Star break, obviously you guys have not played as well as you have throughout the rest of the season, but in 2 games this week, you clinched a season series against Toronto, get the tiebreaker, clinched a season series against Cleveland, get the tiebreaker. So in those big moments, you guys have responded. What do you take away from that?
No, it's big. I mean, those obviously can be very important towards the end, but it's important to kind of build up those little, say, win series kind of throughout the season, especially towards the end. I think it can help build up confidence going into the playoff. But I think it just speaks about our approach, our understanding of how important those games were. But also we have to understand that we have to do it every night. It can't be we did it tonight and we go to New York and don't do it, because we did it against Toronto, then Milwaukee, we did it for a quarter, then we go to New Orleans, we do it kind of for a quarter and a half, but we don't finish games off strong. So we have to continue to understand and do it for 48 minutes, especially as the season gets closer and we play those teams that are into the playoffs, that are fighting for something. They're going to play for 48 minutes, and we have to do it too.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Nikola Vucevic on what he saw tonight. He says that the Bulls have the talent. It's just about the capability. And I think that the numbers would also speak to the Chicago Bulls having the talent to get the job done here. Listen, the Bulls came out tonight and absolutely put up good numbers. Here we're looking at the final numbers for the Bulls here. Let me zoom in a little bit on that. Bang, bang, bang right there. You got Zach LaVine coming out tonight, 25, 1 rebound, 3 assists. Debo came out. He had 20 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and he got into foul trouble early. So seeing him be able to get to that 20-point mark is actually impressive. Vooch having another great game tonight, 16-9, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Ayo got involved defensively and offensively with 11 points, 2 boards, 5 assists. Caruso was doing everything tonight for the Bulls. 10 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. You had Woo getting 7 points, 2 boards. Tristan got 5, 4, 1, and 1, and P. Will with 4, 4, and 1. But the stat that you can't quantify from all these guys tonight is how well they did defensively for most of the game. I'd say that third quarter really got away from them, right? That third quarter is the quarter you look at and you're like, ugh. Y'all really like they started to cook you a little bit in that one. But in that fourth quarter, you saw the Bulls defense start to ramp back up once it got close, and they were kind of like, hey, we're not going to take this again. We're not letting them come back on us. We got to put this team away. And I think the numbers, reflect that. Now, the one thing that I did see tonight that the Bulls struggled with, got to stop turning the ball over, bro. 13 turnovers.
I was going to say stop fouling.
Stop fouling too. You know what? And I'll say this, right? We've had a lot of conversation. Now, Cleveland fouled a lot too, but we've had a lot of conversations about the foul discrepancies that the Bulls have had, free throw discrepancies and stuff like that. And it kind of evens itself out tonight. But if you're being honest, these last couple of games, Chicago Bulls have absolutely been fouling. Like a lot. Like they've been taking dumb fouls, ticky-tack fouls. And I think tonight you saw some of those similar things, and versus a better team, again, I'll say it, versus a better team, you probably get beat tonight.
Oh yeah, because I think part of it was too Cleveland just missed shot. Cleveland just missed shots tonight.
Yeah, Cleveland ended up shooting at 42%, 34 for 82. They were 7 for 31 from the three-point line. Here's the thing. Bulls weren't much better. They were 5 for 21 from the three-point line. That works out to about 24%, and Cleveland shot at about 23%. And then, but the Bulls from the field. Here's the difference to me tonight, right? The Bulls from the field shot 48%. The drives to the basket are so important. You cannot not drive to the basket if you're going to expect to get some of these dubs here. You have to be attacking the basket on a consistent basis if you're going to come away with some of these dubs here. By the way, 83 people in the chat. I only got 27 likes on this mug, man. Y'all just staring in this mug, man. Come on, now hit that like button. Subscribe to the page. Let's do this, man. By the way, also, like I said, giving away that Ayo Dosunmu jersey that's sitting right there. It's a brand new jersey. I know it looked like it's just one I keep around the crib. No, that's a brand new jersey. Giving away that jersey and 2 more jerseys. But we're giving that one away when we get to 13,000. Let me ask you this. From the standpoint of what this means moving forward, what did you see tonight that the Bulls did different in the other game that they've lost? I mean, even coming off of the Pelicans game, coming off of the Sacramento game, coming off of the games versus the top teams. What did you see tonight that this Bulls team just did differently on the attack on a consistent basis, and it's the reason that we're sitting here talking about a win and not a loss?
I think that, like you said, both teams didn't shoot the ball well tonight. I think what they established from Jump Street was the fact that, like, hey, we finna take this ball to the basket, and we gonna try to get these cards. And to be honest, they did for the most part, and they knocked down their free throws. And the thing was, I actually, when I looked at the lineup tonight when they put it out, I was just like, what? But then if you look and you actually saw, like, especially with the way Lowry was playing, it was like, hey, we know these mugs finna jump on these fakes. Hey, let's just take these mugs off the dribble. And let's just do what we got to do. And to be honest, that was better for it, because the bigs, when they had that type of on-ball pressure, Cleveland bigs, they actually couldn't handle the pressure that the Bulls was throwing out, because technically at that point, you putting the ball down, hey, you stripping this one going the other way. So it's like they definitely did what they were supposed to do tonight in that aspect, and I feel like that's the biggest reason why they won the game tonight to me.
Now, here's the one thing. I mean, if you look at it, right, we've talked about, we've all complained about, I think we all said, at least in the last game, I've been more okay with it, but at least in the last game, right, we both talked about Billy Donovan on struggling to make the right adjustment, right? And I think tonight we saw Billy Donovan not only make the right adjustment, but make the adjustment quickly. offensively and defensively, right? And so, especially with how they were attacking the pick and roll, you know what I'm saying? Like that, they were, all right, let's blitz it. We don't have a choice. I'll live with Mobley on the other side. We're going to have to close out. We're going to have to attack from the backside. We have to blitz the pick and roll because they're killing us in it right now. And so, like, I feel like that's a huge thing, a huge adjustment that the Bulls made tonight that works out in their favor.
No, definitely. And the thing is, you kind of wonder with them doing that tonight, do they do that more? I mean, with the team just coming up.
Yeah.
Because we, like one thing we talk about religiously on here is them with the pick and roll defense. So hopefully you think that's a carryover.
Yeah.
I'm actually praying that it's a carryover because the last couple of games we've been talking about, hey, they had a good defensive game. And the next game they sitting up here giving up like 120, and nobody know what they're doing. So I mean, it's just you know what I mean? All in all, I mean they came to play it. And another thing is to it. It's like they sat there. Cleveland is playing for something. You showed up tonight like you was actually playing for something. So good for them.
Yeah. No, 100%, dog. 100%. I think that you have to find your way to adjust what you've seen and learn from it and use it to your advantage. And I think that that's where the Bulls have struggled at in the second half of the season. They haven't learned from those moments that we've seen. We've seen them consistently do the same things that have gotten them beaten in every game, and we've seen those same things come back to bite them. We didn't see those as much tonight. You know what I'm saying? We didn't see those as much tonight. And so I think that that's what led to the Bulls getting this dub, man. And hopefully there's some carryover effect here. Listen, you've got a stretch of games here where you can go on a run and get yourself back into feeling good about what this team's able to do. And then you got some tough games after that. But to me, I mean, you got some games coming up that you should feel good about if you're a Bulls fan looking ahead. Hopefully the Bulls are able to close them out, though. That's going to be the question mark. Now, we do have to do our daily check-in. How's Miami looking tonight?
Hey, man, we lost tonight. Back down to the 2 seed. It is what it is. Judging from Twitter tonight, it's Big Trade Jimmy in the chat. in these chats, it's Big Trade Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Nah, it's Big Trade Jimmy. He's sold because he can't shoot. So
it's Big Trade Jimmy.
Yeah, man, it's Big Trade Jimmy and Big Trade Dunk. Trade Dunk, I'm for it. Trade Jimmy,
trade Tyler Hero.
But yeah, man, trying to avoid the Nets, man. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I keep y'all updated on how that go.
The thing that you have to look at with this Bulls team too, like coming back home, because that I just had to mess with you. Coming back home, this is the thing you got to look at with this Bulls team, right? That win tonight is our first road win in 5 games. That win tonight is the Bulls' first road win in 5 games. The Bulls have been on a slide on these road games. And so getting home court advantage might mean something if you want to move around in these playoffs. And
this means something to me.
You got some games coming up here, dog, where you're going to have to legitimately look at yourself and say, hey, these are guys that absolutely can beat us if we're not careful. And based on how you played, I can't for sure pick the Bulls against them. Like the Clippers is actually going to be a tough game now with how the Bulls have been playing. So you got to show me going into them games that, hey, you got some fight in you. And I'll say what, you had some fight tonight. You had some fight tonight, and I think that's the most important thing, man. Bulls play the Knicks Monday. By the way, before we get to the Bulls Knicks, man, first things first, appreciate y'all for tuning in and rock with us. If y'all want some of this Windy City Breeze merch we got, hold on, let me this way right there. Bow, y'all see that? Look at, hey, keep you nice and toasty, and you get the Rock the brand. Check out twcbreeze.com. Also, the FanDuel check-in for today, man. This is brought to you by FanDuel, and my chair is doing me a little dirty right there.
This is brought to you by
FanDuel. Make sure that you guys check out FanDuel.com/the Windy City Breeze. Check that out in the description below. Sign up with our link. FanDuel, the premier destination for sports gaming, and we're holding things down over on the fantasy side of things, man, and it is so much fun. If you're like me and I'm not a fantasy basketball guy. It's too long, too many adjustments, too much. Ain't nobody doing that for a full season. But you know where I can do that? I can do that over on FanDuel, man. They have free matchups. They also have matchups where you can put a little bit of cash in, make a little bit of cash back out, but you can make cash off of the free matchups as well. Now, you do have to put in a deposit, throw in $1, throw in $2, but at a minimum, you get in some of them free matchups, man. They're giving away prizes for 10, 20, 30, 40,000, all the way up to $1 million if you just pick the right team. So make sure you guys check out FanDuel by going to the link in our description below. Check out FanDuel.com/the Windy City Breeze. Let's look ahead of this game, man. We got the Knicks next.
He going left.
He's going left. Hey, listen, he went left on y'all all night long.
Hey.
All night long, all night. The Knicks are now 11th in the Eastern Conference, and I'm not going to lie to you. You have to look at that Knicks team and say they're still playing for something. They're 11th in the East, but they absolutely could be a play-in team. They're right there trying to fight for that final spot in the play-in game. They don't want their season to end early. Their last game was versus the Miami Heat, where Miami shot it 50%. They shot it 36% from three and 84% from the free throw line, but it still wasn't enough because the Miami defense got that job done as they won that game 111-103. Since you guys just played them, I mean, what'd you see in that game that you felt like New York did well enough to beat you guys? I mean, Obi Toppin getting more tick, absolutely getting busy. 15-8 in that last game. And then RJ Barrett chipped in. I don't even think actually I gotta say this to you, Ringo. Another game where you lost without their number one option, my boy. No Julius Randle.
Yep. I mean the one thing we lost because we absolutely took our foot off the gas. But you know the one thing I can say that the Bulls gotta look out for, like RJ Barrett is definitely doing this thing right now with Julius out of the lineup. You always have to watch for Quigley. And I don't know why, but they've been giving Jericho Sims and Obi Toppin more tick, and Jericho Sims is absolutely a problem on the glass. So I'm looking forward to that with him and Vooch. I'm interested to see the P. Will Obi Toppin matchup as well. So I mean, I got the Bulls coming out with a dub, but it's definitely gonna be an interesting game.
Yeah, I feel the same way, man. I mean, he kind of left that game feeling like. But I think the Bulls can come away with a dub in that one, man. I think that the Knicks are a team that, and here's the thing, they're gonna play you hard. They're gonna play you hard defensively. It's fib. We know what it's gonna be. But I mean, if you don't want to end up looking like the Heat, you know, playing kind of like you gotta come out.
Y'all just came off before again. No.
I mean, you absolutely got to get the job done defensively and then go out and score some buckets, man. Now, I don't know what's going to be the status of Julius Randle. We'll find out probably. They got the Pistons tomorrow, and it will be the second of a back-to-back. So it's going to be a good game to measure up against and see what this team can do. But, you know, hopefully we're not sitting at the end of it, you know, at the end of that game just looking like the Miami Heat with a little on our face. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, anything else you want to add before we get up out of here, man?
Wait, what you say?
I say anything else you want to add before we get up out of here?
Nah, man. We tanking, and no matter what,
we
tanking.
We're tanking.
We tanking.
I'm not buying it, my boy. Get up out of here. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again, joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Ringo J. Stefan the Don, whatever y'all want to call him at this point. Follow us on everything, man, at Twitter. I love how we like changed your name, but the Breeze is like, nah, that's Ringo.
Bro, it's always Ringo.
Hey, it's Stefan the Don. No, that's Ringo, bro. Tweet us on Twitter at Pat the Designer, at Stefan the Don. Of course, follow the Windy City Breeze at the WC Breeze. We will be tweeting over on there. Also, check out my page, my Pat the Designer YouTube page. Go subscribe to that page as well. We're gonna have brand new vlog, daily vlog kind of thing going on over there, man, where y'all can drop questions, ask questions over there that I'll answer on the vlog. Shout out to y'all. As always, man, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. 93 in the building, 47 likes, man. Hit that like button before y'all get up out of here. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago Bulls. Get a much needed dub, please. Jesus, let's get this win versus the Knicks, man, because I swear I am gonna be pissed if we out here looking like Miami. Y'all stay safe out there, man.